Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, dear students. Mr. Atik is here. First of all, Assalamu alaikum. And then, look at, after covering the Unit 3, Lesson 4, the visual summary, review and all those things, the solutions of the book in the previous lecture, today we will start our new lesson, which is regarding Unit 4, Lesson 1. The same week 11 we have second lecture. Look at the pages we are going to cover. They are ranges from 2 and 4 to 2 and 5. As a whole overall name for this unit, lesson 1 is what? Change. Okay, change. Look at the main ideas of this chapter, or this lesson you can say. The first one is the chemical change. What is chemical change? The second one is chemical reaction. The third one is chemical formula. The fourth one is chemical equation. Remember, chemical, all change, reaction, formula in equations. Don't mix up your mind. We will start from the ab initio, like from the very first. What is change? Okay, chemical change. Look at the first one, chemical change. What is a chemical change? Change means what? To brought up change. Understand, like from one condition to another. Look at the general definition for the chemical change is what? The transformation of one state of matter into another under certain conditions. Under certain conditions is called chemical change. The transformation or the transfer of one state of matter to another state under certain condition, we call them what? A chemical change. Like for example, if you dissolved the table salt, the NaCl, ignore them all. Dissolution of what? Dissolution of table salt in water. Look at NaCl, table salt, we call them malh as well in Arabic language. Dissolution of table salt, NaCl, in water. Look at first, NaCl is in the solid form. Whenever you are going to put them into the water and stir it, you will see a change. Okay, there is what? A chemical change occur here. Solid state of matter changes to liquid in water. Look at the solid, like the NaCl was solid before of matter. It changes into liquid in water by putting them in water. Understand? We call them what? A chemical change now. Number 2, a chemical reaction. Look at chemical reaction, how they react with each other, how they strike with each other, how they combine with each other with definite ratio. Understand? To make a new substance or to make new thing or new form. We call them what? Chemical. When two things combine, two or more than two or three, when they combine, we call them what? Reaction. When they combine with each other at initial stage, we call them what? Reaction. Chemically, when they combine with definite ratio, we call them what? Chemical. So chemical reaction, it is a process in which the atoms are rearranged to produce new substances. Look at, in which different atoms are combined. They are just rearranging themselves to produce new substances. Understand? Two things usually involved in a chemical reaction, remember, always, okay? The first one is called reactants, which are going to combine to form new substances. And the second one is the product. Look at, we have an arrow here. This is what? The carbon, when combines, look at the addition. Look at, when combines with O2, this is what? Oxygen. When the carbon combines with the oxygen, we call them what? Reactants. They are going to react with each other, going to combine with each other and under certain circumstances or certain conditions. Look at this arrow, indicates what? That these two will form a new thing, which is known as what? CO2 here, carbon dioxide. We call them what? Products as well. I told you two things usually involved in chemical reactions. First one are reactants and the second one is a product. So when reactants react with each other, when they combine with each other at a specific range or ratio, look at this arrow leads towards the product. They will form a new substance. Now look at here, we have what? Only carbon and oxygen. Look at two atoms. Look at carbon atom and oxygen. We rearrange them, they produce what? New substances. The new substance is what? Carbon dioxide. Similarly, if you consider another example for this thing, like each hydrogen and combines with oxygen, we call them what? H2O. So they form H2O. That is chemically or chemical reaction. The third one is chemical formula, a representation which uses chemical symbols and numbers to represent a given substances. It is a representation, remember, how to describe a thing with the chemical symbols and their numbers. Okay? Chemical formula of water is H2O. Similarly, chemical formula of table salt is what? NaCl. Or here we have what? Chemical formula of water is H2O, in which the subscript 2, this 2, tells us that there are two atoms of hydrogen. Let me arrange this thing for you. In this H2O formula, the subscript 2 tells us that there are two atoms of hydrogen atom or hydrogen. Two atoms of hydrogen in each water molecule. Two atoms of hydrogens in each water molecule. Got the idea? If you consider the NaCl here, so NaCl just 1 and the Cl or the chlorine will be 1 as well. Anyhow, look at this is a simple formula for the water H2O. Look at, we call them what? Chemical formula. Okay, look at, so it is a representation now. Water is considered to be like the Maya. Water is considered to be what? H2O. It is a chemical symbol for this thing, H2O. The numbers, subscript 2. Chemical equation, the fourth one. It is an expression that uses symbol to show the relationship between the starting substances and the substances that are produced by a chemical reaction. Again, the reactants and the products are here. The reactants C, carbon, oxygen, leads to produce carbon dioxide. Look at the middle arrow sign indicates or yields point from reactants to products. Look at, these are reactants. C plus O2 are reactants, as we studied before a little while earlier. And now look at this arrow indicates that they are yields from the reactants to products. These are the products. Now this is the product. Look at CO2, carbon dioxide. Consider page number 215, okay, of the book. So this was today's lesson. You need to study. Look at as I told you, like in the classes several times, that you need to study and to revise all these things. By the way, understand, we are giving you all the gist form and the main concepts and main ideas. By the way, understand, giving you the simplest information that we could. But the thing is, what you need to cover all the lesson by yourself, like to study the book. Book is standard, remember. See you then, inshallah, next time. Fi aman Allah.